Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog, welcome back to the farm, welcome to the new garage. In today's video, I am going to be modifying the BMW M4 right behind me. When I bought this car, I already actually ordered some of the parts that I was going to do in this build video. And in today's video, we are going to be breaking down to about 5 or 6 time codes. We're going to start off with the Eventuri intake, and then the active Autowerke equal length midpipe, and then the Remus Catback exhaust, moving to the Bilstein coilovers, and lastly the VR flash tune. And I think at the end of this, we're gonna do some of the little accessories that I got for the car as well. So hopefully tomorrow Struan can join us to do more of the grunt work when I have to remove the exhaust, because that's going to be a very hard thing to do. But for now, we're gonna start with something simple, which is the Eventuri carbon intake. This is gonna give us some more power and lots of clean, cold air, because it actually ducts the intake all the way up to the grill. So I'm pretty excited to install it. Hopefully it's not going to take too long and I can finish it in this afternoon. But for now, we're going to open the box and see what's in the kit. It's been a while since I've installed an Eventuri intake, and seeing their product again just reminds me of how much R&D and quality and just overall design that they really put into their parts. These pieces are masterpieces, and I'm hoping everything bolts on without a hitch. Right now we're going to be dismantling the original intake and the strut bar so that we can make room for this intake. Okay, slight hiccup. I had to remove the fitting for the turbo pipe here and bolt it on first because the bolt was hitting the silicone. Now everything should just go in. We should get a carbon grill. Aha! Nothing broken. Well, maybe something broken. Okay, one thing broken. Side clip. So maybe we'll end up ordering a nice carbon grill later on. Okay guys, we just finished installing the Eventuri cold air intake along with the Eventuri charge pipes. Normally I would have started the car before installing the cowling and the strut brace back, but I am confident with my work and hopefully no check engine shall arise. Let's go start the car and move it over to the lifter. I want to give a huge shout out to Victor Hardware for hooking me up with this scissor lift. This just came in a few weeks ago and it's only today that we're going to be trying it out. Hopefully it's not too high that when we install the coilovers we don't scrape on it, but if ever, we'll just install some race ramps. This is a portable lift with the mobility kit. Although the mobility kit is not yet available, it will be here soon so that you can put wheels and casters and you can pull it around wherever you need. It comes with this module which is hydraulically operated, which allows the bed to go up and down. You do need some air to activate the air locks. I think the air will hook up somewhere there. Again, if you guys are looking for a scissor lift, check out Victor Hardware. They hooked us up with this lifter right now and we're going to test it out and see if everything goes well. We're going to be able to remove the exhaust system and change the coilovers as well. Alright guys, the car is on the lifter now, although the car is too low because I cannot get the spacer blocks underneath the jack points of the car. So I'm gonna get some race ramps to see if we can bring the nose up a little, because when we lower the car on the coilovers, we're definitely gonna have a hard time bringing it out. So either some wood pieces or race ramps would work really well at this point. Okay, we're underneath the car. Everything looks well with the lifter. We're gonna be removing these guys all the way up to the exhaust tips. Looks relatively easy to remove everything. Doesn't look so difficult. So hopefully this goes without a hitch. Wasn't so bad. This whole cover needs to come down so we can access the bolts here on the upper side of the exhaust. We're gonna have a hard time removing the center bolt here. But for now, we will remove this whole under cowling so that we can just get some more space here on the side. Okay, last screw is in between the pipes, which means I need to get a... That's not cool. Because this is a straight pipe, it is too obnoxiously loud. None of the mufflers are on it. We have those two small resonators in between. But also with this setup, you don't get the proper sound from the engine because of apparently the length of each of the pipes need to be equal. That's why the active Autowerke has this weird bend which makes the mid-pipe equal, which will give us a better sound, hopefully. Next up, we're going to be removing the exhaust support brackets and moving it to the other system, replacing the center plate, and then removing the mount from there as well. While Wilson is looking for some oil so that we can put the exhaust hangers on, I'm going to be installing the F-brakes. We had a problem with the other hanger. We put it on the wrong way and it's so hard to remove. Hopefully this side is okay. I'm working on the valve system. I removed this from the car. It was just zip tied to the body because the other exhaust doesn't have a valve system. Now I'm trying to figure out how this goes because we were trying to see if this would move when we would turn the car into Sport Plus, but it wasn't moving, so I actually don't know how to set this part. I'm gonna try my best to figure this out. Not sure if we need this. Side real quick. Now we're gonna mount the exhaust hanger. I think it's this. Looks correct. Normally you want help when you're doing this, but hope I don't drop it on my head. Okay, maybe I do need help. Would be nice if screw showed up. Alright, we are at the end, I guess. I took out the, catback pipes so that we can assemble it before putting it in. We're going to use the reducer and some clamps. Alright, one last, these round pipes. The thread was stuck because there was too much Loctite at the end. Just needed to oil it a little and it gave in. We're going to do a startup now and see if there's any leaks. One issue I noticed was I did not see any exhaust tips, so I'm not sure if I had to order that separately or there is a box somewhere here that I am missing the exhaust tips. Maybe for now we're going to grab the AWE tips and put them on first in case we can't find the Remus tips. Let's do a cold start. Alright, fix the leaks. We're gonna try again. We still have a leak in that center area also, which I need to remove again and sort of adjust also because I do want the pipe to clear the transmission or the exhaust plate that they sent with us. It's actually too close for my liking, and I think if I were to re-angle that certain area, maybe I can get it to sit much better and we won't have a leak anymore. I'm gonna let it cool down. In the meantime, I'm gonna be working on the charge plate guard in the front. This should be fairly quick. We're just gonna replace this section right here. Okay, Leak test number 3. Still leaking in that same area. I'm getting quite annoyed at this. Not if I need to use any of these clamps because this isn't for the joint. Camera lens got wet. Sounds way better. We're just gonna button it up and put on the tips. I need to research what to do with those leaking center section, but for now I'm pretty happy with the sound. Way better than those straight pipes. Those were really hideous. This exhaust actually sounds super classy and not too loud, which is the way I like it. Also, the sound from the equal length mid pipes makes the sound very even, and I'm super happy with that. I can't wait to drive it under load to really hear and feel the power changes. I think we're gonna have more torque because again, the AWE pipes were too big in diameter compared to what the car has running for it in terms of the engine. So we're gonna install the cover that's left and try to wrap everything up. I won't be able to install the Bilstein coilovers because I don't have the tools for it, which means we're probably gonna bring this car down to Manila. So hopefully we can get it done while we were in Manila. For now, I'm just gonna double check everything and make sure that I did not miss anything.
I'm here, a whole day late. But I'm here.
Better late than never. Okay, since my hands are dirty and my pants are wet, I get Stu to back it up. Yep, just straight. Go, back up. It's the rubber blocks, which I forgot to take out. Just straight, yeah, straight there. Let's turn on the exhaust. There you go. Awesome.
Good.
Hey guys, good morning. Yesterday when we worked on the M4, we finished the Eventuri intake install, the equal length mid-pipe install, and the Remus Catback install. Today we're headed down to Carporn Racing to install the Bilstein coilovers and still finish the cleanup activity that we had, and also check the front right tire why it's leaking air. I haven't driven a car from the farm down to Manila in a long while, and it's so much fun. The Raptor, as much as it's an amazing truck, it's still a truck at the end of the day, and it doesn't have the dynamics and the lightness of driving a car. The exhaust is already very classy. It's actually not too loud even under power. It does give us some burbles also. Hoping when we get the VR tune back from Vivid Racing that we will be able to extract more power from this car. So it's been roughly an hour and I'm happy to report that there's nothing wrong with the car, no drama so far. The intake that we installed is not leaking and it sounds amazing. The exhaust also is not leaking and does make the car more drivable versus the straight pipe exhaust that we had in the car. Right now I'm excited to install the Bilstein coilovers because that will really fix the stance of the car and hopefully ride a little better. I know Bilstein isn't the lowest coilover in the industry, but it is one of the comfiest coilovers in the industry. I've had them in the 993, in my old E39 M5, and my E46. So I have lots of experience with Bilstein, and I'm super happy that I got that instead. The only thing I would have, I guess, done alternatively was to get a KW system and put a lift on the car, because the overhang from the front splitter is kind of long. So besides that, I don't think we'll have major issues. We'll see what ride height we get after we install the coilovers, and we're roughly about an hour away from Manila. Alright guys, we just got to the car shop and we racked the M4. We're gonna be installing the coilovers and hopefully get an alignment also. Alright, so this is our stock wheel gap, which is about a 2.5 to 3 finger wheel gap. We're gonna bring this down to maybe a 1 finger gap, and then the rear will be about maybe a 1.5 finger gap. I have Ryan and Choi helping me today. So we're going to be removing again the strut brace along with the rear back brace to access the top mounts, and then removing the wheels, and then obviously changing the shocks. The rear should be way easier. Here's the kit, all boxed up. The center brace has to come off so that we can access the struts. After that, we're going to be dropping the wheels and then dropping the coils. Good thing we brought it down. We don't have the right tools for the job. The top nut for the upper cup needs to have a hole through and then another tool so that you can stop the shaft from spinning and then remove the nut that's holding the top hat. So we're fabricating something now. We are basically cutting this and welding a rod so that we can use it to hold the base as we remove the upper nut, or at least hold the upper nut. One of them has to rotate, and at this point we don't have any of the right gear to do that. This Eventuri intake looks so sexy. Forgot to film it without the strut brace, but now you can see it again. I wish I turned out the logos properly on this side, but maybe next time. Check out the special tool that they made, and it looks like it's working. After 2 hours, we're finally assembling one strut. Troy has put some spring tension so that the spring isn't moving, and they finally tightened the top. The wires in the groove, yes. Alright guys, we have both front struts finally in. Troy is just wrapping everything up. I want to give a shout out to this guy, Keys Motorsport. I watched 2 of his videos to help me assemble this car. He did the Eventuri intake also and the coilover install. Okay, strut brace going back in. Okay guys, finally working on the rear. I didn't think Vivid Racing sent me my exhaust tips, so I messaged Mike, so I have to order that. We finally have the spring and shock on the right side, and we're working on the left side. We have about an hour to go before the shop closes. So we're gonna finish this in roughly an hour, and I can drive the car home, settle the springs, and then maybe tomorrow we'll do the alignment. The nice thing with BMW is the spring is separated or divorced from the shock. So removing the shock is super easy, and then the spring, it's just dropping the lower half so that you can pull the spring out. Okay guys, super overtime, but the rear right is finally done. We are bolting on the wheel. And then the rear left is being done at the moment. I didn't have any time to finish the flash tuning download, so I can send it back to Vivid Racing. Maybe tonight we'll do that after dinner, but if not, there's always tomorrow. Okay guys, we are finally done, and it doesn't look like it's low yet, but we will run the car and hopefully it will settle. What is going on here? We have a drivetrain fault and the car is not idling well. What is happening? Okay, we're gonna shut down. Not cool. Good morning everyone. Welcome back to the vlog. So we just had some issues with the drivetrain, but when we shut the car down, it actually did a reset and so far it works now. Don't know what that is. I need to check it for sure. On the way to the car shop now so we can load some stuff. I wanted to give an initial impression of the parts that we've installed so far. Bilstein coilovers has given us a great height. The comfort setting is, I guess, maybe about 20-30% more firm than the original comfort setting. It's still comfortable. It's not super low, although we adjusted everything to be at the lowest setting. We probably get a 1 finger gap from the front and about 1.5 fingers in the back, which is a nice ride height. Exhaust sounds great. I didn't know the Remus exhaust. You need to order the tips separately and the tips are quite expensive, but we have ordered the black carbon tips, which is titanium. And the equal length mid-pipe sounds so good and the car now sounds and drives really well. I just don't know what that drivetrain fault was, so I gotta go to the shop and investigate that. The nice thing with the Bilstein coilovers is it works with the EDC button right here. It allows us to get Comfort, Sport and Sport Plus still on these settings and retains all its functionality. Also the Remus exhaust works with the other button here. And oh, now it's tire pressure. We have a leak though in one of the tires and we're gonna find out now if it really is the front left or the front right. The monitor does say front left, so we will check that. Before we left the farm we did add some air. Now it says it's low again. Totally forgot about the Eventuri intake. It sounds so good. You can hear the induction air. Just got to the shop. Doesn't seem like there's any issue, although I will do a quick check. This is our new ride height. Roughly 1.5 finger gap in the back and about 1 finger gap in front. Just like the Ford Raptor, I'm going to first download the Flash software and then we're going to plug into the car and download the tuning file and send it to Vivid Racing. Here it is, downloading now. Our drivetrain fault just lit up again. We are going to be using the software to try to scan it. Because there's a diagnostic feature here. Engine should be off. Not running. I'm running. I don't want to turn it off because I'm going to lose the check code. Full code. There we have it. Let's figure out what these codes are. Okay, our next step is to read the ECU memory. We're almost done with the reading the ECU, so we're gonna save this and send it to Blake. In the meantime, I gotta check what's wrong with the Valvetronic system. That's the code that we're getting. And these are the files. Tried to clear all the faults and look, a fuel pump controller came out. I'm gonna be changing the door courtesy light, which is what you see here. I'm gonna pop this in and show you the difference. I think I got the M logo to show on the ground. There it is. We changed the courtesy light. It's now a M logo. And now when I open the door, got the M logo there, and I installed a phone holder also. You know what's cool? I didn't realize this. The M logo on the seat lights up. I think that's pretty cool. Neat trick. Hey guys, so I think I'm gonna end the M4 vlog already because it's pretty long and lots of extensive work on the car. We're not gonna be able to finish the car in terms of the exhaust tips, which is the only thing lacking. But a big issue came out, that Valvetronic issue, which the code does not want to leave the car. I did leave the car in the car shop first so I can test drive the Speciale, but I think the M4 has to go back to Titan to check on this issue. I'm reading that the motor just gets stuck up and it's a quick fix, but you have to remove the valve cover. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed the M4 video, and I really liked working on this car. It was pretty relatively easy except for the coilovers, which you need a special tool. But beyond that, all the parts were an amazing fit, and yeah, it was just a fun project overall. I will probably do a summary video on the build of the car and show you guys in exact detail without making it too long. So if you guys enjoyed this vlog, please leave me a comment and subscribe and hit that like button and that notification bell. I'll see you guys again in the next video. Peace out.